Big bro. Hey, you remind me of Big Crit, man. You remind me of Crit, bro.
Don't say that.
Hey, a lot of people say that.
Now it's the first time I heard it.
Yeah, hey, you remind me of Crit or Cujo. You know Cujo Good from Goody Mob? Right on, right on. Hey, but let me ask you though. Do you know who we are as a people? Let's say, race-wise, if I asked you what race are you, what would you say? You would say you black. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's not a race.
I'm gonna tell you. I know that there's different regions, or that there's different beliefs.
Right.
Yeah. I do know that we do have a select group of people. I ain't gonna say a select group of people, but we do have our own region.
Yes.
In Africa.
Okay.
And, well, I would like to. My question is, where do we, as American black people, go to worship, or where do we? What is our first known?
What is our belief? What is our actual natural belief from our creation is what you ask.
Yes, sir.
What did we believe before everybody else conquered us and told us this is what you are, who we are?
Exactly.
Very good question. Zephaniah 3:10. Watch this. What's your name? I see you got that.
Ashton.
What'd you do? You broke a toe?
I got into a car wreck.
Got into a car wreck and messed it up? You can stand under the shade if you want to. That way you're not directly in the sun. What's your name again?
Ashton Andrews.
Ashton. All right, cool. I'm Yakub. All right, watch this. Watch this, Ashton.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 10. For from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia.
So what are the rivers of Ethiopia? Do you know what rivers are in Ethiopia?
I couldn't tell you.
Gotcha. Okay. So on the map, Ethiopia, Egypt sits above it, right? But there was one long river that ran through it. You know the name of the river that comes out of Egypt? The Nile River. When it gets into Ethiopia, it splits into two rivers. And they call it the Blue Nile and the White Nile. So it says beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, meaning beyond the Blue and the White Nile.
My suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed.
The daughter of my dispersed. Dispersed goes into the word diaspora, the scattered people. So he said the daughters of his people
shall bring mine offering. In that day thou shalt not be ashamed for all thy doings.
So the children of Israel then are scattered beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. So when you go in Ethiopia, that means you've got some of us in Egypt, you got some of us in Ethiopia, but Ethiopia runs further south, goes all the way down damn near to Zimbabwe. So that means we scattered all along the eastern shores of Africa. We're scattered into South Africa, but beyond it would be what? West Africa. So we're all over Cameroon. He's Cameroonian. He's an Israelite. Igbo, Yoruba, Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Popular Guinea, right? Angola, all of those. North Africa, you got the Berbers in Morocco. All of Mauritania. We're scattered all throughout the continent of Africa. Isaiah 11.
Describe the 12 tribes.
Here it is right here. Here it is right here. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is what we would be described as today. Now, here's the thing. We're scattered to the four corners of the earth, though. So, in the Bible, I'm about to read to you what it says. Watch this. Isaiah 11:11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass.
Meaning it's going to happen in the future. It shall come to pass.
In that day, that the Lord shall set his hand over the... Oh, again.
Slow down. Don't be nervous. Come on.
That the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So what does it mean to recover the remnant? When you recover something, what are you doing?
Saving.
Okay, you're safe, but you're recovering.
Finding something that's lost.
There you go. You're finding what's lost. Hold that. Let's see. Watch this. Drop the Zephaniah. Hold the Isaiah. Give me what's lost. You know what I want?
Sure.
Matthew 15:24 or Matthew 18:11, either one. Matthew 15:24. Give me that. Watch this. Saving something that's lost. Recovering it. Bringing it back, right? Watch this.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24.
Read.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So what's being recovered? The house of Israel. All 12 tribes. Why? Go back to Isaiah. You dropped Isaiah. Come on, bro.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So who is God's people? The children of Israel, right? Matthew 2 and 6. All through the Bible, the children of Israel are his people. Read.
Which shall be left from Assyria.
Assyria. Now, Assyria today is up in the land that we call, Turkey is Assyria today. So that means, hold on, let me finish this. I'm answering your question.
Okay.
So that means we in Turkey. So some of us are called Turks today, right? Read.
And from Egypt.
Some of us are still in Egypt today. Not those Ottoman Turks that took over Egypt that are Arabs or white people today, but the actual bloodline Egyptians. Some of us live in Sudan. Some of us live in Zulu land around just north of South Africa, right?
And from Pathros.
And from Pathros, read.
And from Cush.
Cush, where's Cush? That's Ethiopia. So there are Israelites still in Ethiopia. Remember, he said, the daughters of my dispersed, meaning scattered around. Read.
And from Elam.
And from Elam, East India. The ones with the red dot. They're called the Dalits, the Sidis, the Kuki people are in India.
And from Shinar.
Shinar is Iraq. So some of us in Iraq.
And from Hamath.
And Hamath, which is Iran.
And from the islands of the sea.
And was scattered amongst the various islands of the sea. So the children of Israel were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Give me that, Deuteronomy 4:27. We were scattered to the four corners of the earth, but we went in a particular way, which is going to be even more proof as to who we are, right? So watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 27.
Read.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you.
So God led us into all of those various places. You understand? But we're going to read how in a minute. What's your question?
Studying, and maybe you can explain the 12 stones in Judah going through
Yeah, now that's going deep.
the valley of the Acor.
Yeah, that's going deep, right? That's going into the 12 tribes. Every time you see 12 in the book, it's referring to the 12 tribes.
Right.
All right. So, but that's a little heavy. The reason I say it's heavy is because is knowing that going to get you into the kingdom of heaven, or is it going to solve the problems in the Black Hispanic community? Would that help solve it? No. Us knowing who we are first and turning back to the law, statutes, and commandments is what's going to help us first. But that's going into the 12 tribes. That's the reason. Every time you see 12, it's a reference to us. All right? You just have to understand how it's being used. All right? But cool. So now we read that God said that he would scatter us amongst the nations, that we would be among the heathens. That means every other race that's not on here or that was dispersed into those other countries are heathens. We're the only children of God. Nobody in the Bible on earth can be called a child of God except for the 12 tribes of Israel. The problem is that when we go into Iran, Iraq, Turkey, all of these places, today they have forgotten that they are the children of Israel.
That's right.
They forgot it. Just like when I said black, and you said, black is not a race. So that means obviously you've heard some things, but before you heard those things, you thought that you was African American, Negro, or black. So our job, give me this. We're going to go there, but hold that. You can drop 427. Hold that. But I want you to go to Luke 14:23. Watch this real quick. Luke 14:23. Because there was a job that Christ gave us before he left, a commandment that he gave us. And there's a purpose behind it. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
You see that? So what did he tell us to do? And compel them. What does compel mean?
It means to gather, to...
Well, compel is a lot strong. Hey, one of y'all look up the word compel. Give me the definition compel. Watch this.
Verse 19.
Come on the other side.
The book of Matthew, chapter 28 and verse 19. Go ye therefore and teach all nations.
And teach who?
All nations.
Why did he say teach all nations? But there's a reason. We just read. What happened to the children of Israel?
They were lost.
You're not paying attention.
You just said they were lost, right?
Okay, that's right. Stay there. Give me verse 64.
Oh.
Now, I didn't say they wasn't lost, but that's not what we're going into. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee.
Shall what?
Scatter thee.
So what happened? We were dispersed. There you go. He said, go to my dispersed, right? So now go back. Read that again.
Verse 19. Go ye therefore and teach all nations.
So why would he say teach all nations? Because where were the Israelites? We're dispersed where?
Well,
Not we're dispersed where? First,
we were dispersed
into. Read it again.
the highways.
Go ye therefore and teach all nations.
So where are we dispersed? We dispersed into all nations. The diaspora. We're all over the globe. So here he's telling us, go out into all the globe and preach this gospel. Tell people who they are because they have lost the understanding of who they are.
That's right.
People get caught up on why do we come into the streets and preach about slavery? Well, because the only people, and we're going to show you, that went through slavery was these people. So when we teach that, that's a particular curse that happened only to us. But he said, go out and compel them, right? Watch what compel means.
This is Google, the definition of compel.
Uh-huh.
Force or oblige.
To do what?
Force or oblige.
So how was our teaching supposed to be? Forceful. We're not supposed to come and talk soft. Appreciate it. We're not supposed to come and talk soft. We're not supposed to let people make excuses and cut us off. No, I've got to compel you to receive this information so you can wake up to who you are and begin doing what God commanded you to do. You understand? So now go back to Deuteronomy. So watch this. The book of Deuteronomy was written only to the 12 tribes, 1 and 1. Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who is Moses writing to? All Israel. And all Israel is where? Dispersed to the four corners of the earth, right? So today we still go out and only speak to all Israel. So even though you might see us in China, the Philippines, Arabia, France, Russia, we're still only speaking words that the Israelites will receive. That's why everybody's against what we're saying. Because we're not talking to them. We're talking to the people in that land that's supposed to hear it. So just like you heard it, it's like, man, you know what? I do have a question, though. Because why? The Israelites' minds are going to be triggered by what's coming out. It's something in your spirit to say, man, let me go hear this real quick. I just got a question. And then you got prophets here to answer that question with the Bible. So that you never rely on me. You're relying on the word of God. And you can begin to trust that, okay, this man is teaching from the Bible. The Spirit of God is on this man. So let me go learn under this man so the Spirit of God can fill me. That's how.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word